time is money. Oh,
Time is
but
expensive. I went to the store the other day to buy oregano, and time was more expensive. So time is money.
it is money. I am actually growing, and I had thought some of my time had died, and it actually came back. So at one time I had 7 different varieties of thyme, and in fact, maybe you could find one for me. Pennsylvania Dutch thyme.
Okay, I have lemon thyme here. Accidentally mixed it up with regular thyme and gave it to the wife. She put it in something. Was like, "What the hell did you give me?" I'm like, "Thyme." She's like, "Which one?" I was like, "That one." She's like, "That's lemon thyme." I was like,
I
"Sorry."
love lemon thyme with chicken. I
Yeah,
love
well, we
lemon
put it
thyme.
on fish, and it didn't. Well, no, it wasn't on fish. It was on. I forget what it was.
It wasn't
Salad.
bad on fish.
It did not go well.
I put it on my salmon the other day. It wasn't bad on my salmon, but then
Yeah,
the
it wasn't.
salmon
I forget what it
ended
was. Whatever it was, she was not happy.
up.
I don't argue with the wife.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, I wouldn't either. Happy wife, happy life.
Yep.
But I didn't realize, because I went out to gather some, and I didn't realize that more than just my plain thyme had survived, and I grabbed some, and it wasn't, they must have cross-pollinated because it wasn't as variegated as I remember it, but it would definitely had a lemon taste to it.
Yeah, Angel's
And
Hope
then,
said.
hi. For some reason, there. Maybe that's one. There, right now I can see. I can see the thing again. Hi, Angels.
Oh my God, I keep getting advertisement after advertisement. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just let them play.
Thank you.
Because Timmy's making buku money on these ads.
I might get a payout this month. I'm at the point where I didn't get one last month, but I'm $9 short of getting a payout this month. So I might get one. I'm just $9 short.
Do you get money off of views on older videos, or only on within the first 24 hours?
No, I do get money off old videos.
Oh, okay.
In fact, some of my old videos make $1 a month. Still, my garlic video, how to preserve garlic 4 ways, makes about $1 a month.
Sweet.
Yes. So
I thought after 24 hours they don't give you anything anymore.
Nope. No, it still makes money. So that's nice. Oops.
Yeah.
It's nice because once you get a bank of videos, then
that people like, and they just keep every week, and
So if you get a catalog of videos, things that people like, every year people are searching for how to preserve garlic. Right. So that is one of my best videos. My cheese video, where I went live and showed everybody how to can cheese, still gets a lot of views and payout, because of, usually lives do not do well. Lives are usually one and done. Usually the week of, people watch them and then they don't watch lives again. Like if you don't watch it when it's live, they probably won't watch it.
Yeah, you might catch it an hour or two later just to see what you missed, and then you're done anyway.
But they don't usually watch all the way through.
Right.
So they're, as far as like performing for payout, they are poor. But for getting your views and getting your message out there, they're great. They're better than regular videos. So it's a catch-22. You have to do lives to stay alive.
Anyway. Sort of.
Yeah.
So tell me about the FDA, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the who the hell are we talking about?
FDA, I love JFK at the FDA. The USDA?
Oh, now, USDA, sorry.
USDA. The good, the bad, and the ugly. It's all the FDA is getting like cleaned out. It's going to be good, but right now it's a little ugly. I posted some on that topic before we go on to our real topic. I posted a thing I saw today about plums and how good they are, and they are actually anti-cancer. And I'm a cancer survivor, so I posted that, and I'm like, I'm not afraid to post it because of who's at the FDA. Like, go ahead, I can pull up proof. So, and I'm in the medical field, so go ahead, tell me I can't post food as medicine. Go ahead, I dare ya.
That's the FDA. Anyway.
Yes, that's it. That's the YouTube police too. But anyway, the USDA is the United States Department of Agriculture. It was established back in the 1890s, early 1900s. I can't remember the date. I usually look it up in the summer and then forget it by now. And
Why
it
were
was
they
for meatpacking.
why were they created to help people
Nope.
just not be
Abraham
sick with the
Lincoln was
food and
tired
stuff?
of his Abraham Lincoln was tired of his soldiers being fed rotten meat.
Mm.
And so the USDA was actually came about to police the meatpacking industry, because the
Oh, cool.
meatpacking industry was corrupt and they were shipping out rotten meat to people and people were getting sick. It didn't even become involved with canning for another like 20 years after it was created. But I think it's a great organization. I know I'm a rebel, and here I am saying, but I love to get on certain ones of their websites, and if I need a basic recipe, I will go look it up,
Right.
and then I'll tweak it because I'm a rebel and I'm not going to follow it anyway. But they have some, if you're looking for a really good basic recipe for anything, and you Google whatever you're looking for, and USDA, an approved recipe for canning will come, and the word canning, of course, an approved recipe will pop up from one of the state. Every state has a USDA,
Like a local chapter.
like a local chapter. Like a lot of the universities got grants to do this work. I think the one that is absolutely, and we discussed it before we went live, but I think the one that's absolutely fabulous is Alaska. Because, why do you think that is?
Lots of fish to can, preserve.
Lots of people.
Game meat.
Yes. And you'll find recipes on there that you're not going to find. Like, even in Michigan, I'm not going to, we have salmon here, coho salmon, but the recipes are not as good as the ones coming out of, for the Michigan USDA and the colleges are not as good as the ones coming out of.
Yeah, you're not going to find a recipe in Pennsylvania on how to can moose stew.
No, you're not. Although they did see some moose in Michigan again lately.
That's because they're all trying to get the hell out of Canada. Sorry, had to say that.
Don't say that. We have lots of friends up there.
I know that. CR scared them away.
But yeah, it's just different. So I love it. I usually follow the one. There's a couple I follow on Facebook just because they're very seasonal. So I know if I start seeing recipes for plums from them, they're a zone, like they're zone 6 and I'm 4 or 5. So if I see plum recipes popping up in zone 6, I know I need to start looking at the farmer's market. Are the plums ripe? Are there plums out there?
Right.
Can I start growing? Can I start canning plums? And so I kind of use it as a seasonal guide to know what's in season or what's going to be next, so what I can start planning and thinking about what I want to can for the year. So they're a great resource tool. So
that reminds me, I gotta make sure I go to my farmer guy up here on Thursdays, and he'll get me 2 bushels of his little yellow. They're not golden delicious. They're something gold. They're small. They are so sweet, and those things are like the bomb when I freeze dry them.
Mm-hmm.
I sent them to my daughter. I think I told you, it was the equivalent of 6 apples in a bag, and I packed it up and sent it to her. And I sent her like 3 bags. I was like, this should be good for a while. And she calls me up like 3 weeks later. She's like, yeah, you got any more apples? I was like, what did you do? She's like, yeah, I kind of started eating one of the bags because I'll sprinkle cinnamon on them before I freeze dry. No sugar, just cinnamon.
Yeah.
She's like, I started eating them. She's like, I ate the whole bag. I was like, oh my God, your toilet must have been a mess. She bust out laughing. I'm like, you ate like a half a dozen apples. She's like, I know. But I couldn't stop eating it. You just start eating it. You just can't stop.
I got 6 galas this week at the farmer's market just for fresh eating. And I got a whole bag of pears given to me. I got to do, or not pears, peaches given to me.
Oh, cool. I'm waiting for pears. Pears come out about the same time as apples, I think. Or do they already come out? I forget.
Pears are out.
They are? Okay. Maybe I'll have those too, because where he wants more pear sauce, even though she didn't eat half the ones I made last year. She just likes it so much she doesn't want to eat it because, she doesn't want to waste it. So if she has like 40 jars, maybe she'll eat it.
Well, pear sauce is good.
Yeah, baby sauce is better.
Baby sauce is better. Which reminds me, I should make some baby sauce or some applesauce too. I got some little jars, so maybe I'll do that for the.
Why don't you make a mixture of pears, apples, and plums?
Maybe.
Make sauce out of that. Be like a nice reddish color or whatever. Actually, plums aren't red in the middle; they're just yellow.
It kind of depends. Like some of them turn pretty red. There's a Asian one that turns pretty red when you blend it all up. But I blend the skins in with plums because the skins have all the vitamins in them.
Yeah. As long as you wash them real well and get all the vitamin things off of them.
Yes, yes. And I used to love Stanley plums, but I can't find them anymore.
Well, you're going to have to plant a tree or 10.
I can't. I have been looking for a Stanley plum tree, and the minute I find one, they're sold out.
Oh,
and I mean, I've even looked at Stark Brothers. I need to drive over to Nash. It's downstate. It's not that far from here. I need to go over to Nash Nurseries.
Well, put an order in and say, hey, I want one next year. When you get them in here, hold one for me, please.
Yeah. Well, he has pawpaws and he has chestnuts. He's got a bunch of stuff over there. I need to. I like to go. See, I was raised in an orchard.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of want to see my tree. I want to know I'm getting the tree I want to get. It's sort of like the produce at the grocery store. I don't want to just randomly order and have it shipped to me and then I'm disappointed. We went over to, there was a U-Pick farm. Sawyer and I went Saturday. We picked a peck of strawberries.
Picked a peck of pickled strawberries?
No pickles, just picked a peck of strawberries. I had no idea that strawberries were still in season in Michigan. I'm how did but I'm like, I'm gonna go over and I just want to see if they really were real.
Yeah.
But strawberries have always been a May thing. I mean, I know that there are everbearing strawberries, and obviously they've planted everbearing strawberries instead of the spring bearing ones that we usually get. U-Pick farms. They're right. They do May. They're like the end of May, 1st of June, and then they're done. Oh, just a second. Sorry, I feel a huge sneeze coming on. I didn't want to do it out loud.
That's right. My peach tree, that peach tree I planted last year, when I got white peaches, and when I cut it open, the seed inside the stone had a little green on it, so I planted it in a pot. Well, it grew, and I left it inside all year, so it never lost its leaves. It was like I kind of really messed it up mentally, but it grew about 4 inches and it was getting really weird, lots of leaves on it, but really short and stubby. And then the top of, I guess, what was the main stem kind of rotted off, and it still has 3 leaves. Now it's 14 inches tall. It just took off. I'm like, oh, heck yeah. So she's going back inside for the winter. And then in the spring, I'm going to put it in a larger pot and leave it out. So I'm probably going to keep this sucker in a pot for a good 2-3 years before I plant it in the ground, because I don't need the deer eating it out at the cabin.
Yeah.
And, but I know they get tap roots, and peaches get a tap root, and I'm not worried about them never running out of water on the property because my water table's so high all year long. Mm-hmm. They'll always have water. So I just got to fence it off real well and protect it and keep the deer off of it. But probably won't get peaches for another 4 years, but that's fine. I don't mind.
Well, the trees that we looked at, they had this little strawberry farm is also selling pumpkins and a bunch of stuff, and they had potted trees. They have trees in the ground they'll dig up for you. Mm-hmm. But their little trees had apples on them. My son's like, "Oh, we should buy this one that's got an apple on it." I'm like, that's the last tree I'd buy out of this lot. And the lady just looks at me, and I'm like, if you don't pick the apples off, Sawyer, all the energy for the tree goes to the fruit, and then the tree doesn't make good roots, and then you take that tree home and you're not going to have a good tree. So
yep, I'm waiting for who's here.
The Wickershire Project. Yep. Billy and Sharon.
Yeah, I'm waiting. There's a big tree farm up in PA. It's about an hour or so from here, and they're online. And every year, and they got good root stock and all that. And they're probably, you can get anything from a 3 to a 6-year-old tree, and pretty much anything you want. And most of them are local to the region, to the to the zone, so they grow. And that's probably where I'm going to wind up going up there in a year or two and dropping a ton of money and planting, start my orchard out in the field out there and fence it in and guard it off and keep the animals out of there. But I'm so waiting for that, because that 3.5 acres is just begging for trees.
Oh, yeah. Yes, Billy, there are two types of strawberries. One that just bloom once and have a flush of berries, and then they're done. And then the everbearing type, which have one in the spring and another flush in the fall. Usually commercial farms just plant the one kind, and homeowners plant the everbearing. So it was kind of weird that this farm had planted the everbearing type, especially in this area, because usually we get frost and they don't do well. So, but
Now, unless you have a greenhouse.
yeah. You also need to watch that, because some of the small fruits like raspberries can be there. Those also have a one and done varieties and then everbearing varieties. So when you're buying those kinds of fruits, you also need to look for that. Depending, I like the raspberries that are everbearing, because then you get fruit for a long period over the summer.
Right.
But the commercial farms, quite often their varieties will be one and done, and then so
I was just going to say the EPA, FDA, the 4-letter agency,
USDA.
USDA. So do they put? I mean, different regions, different areas of the country, and all that. They all have different recipes, different seasonal things all the time.
Yes.
Alaska seems to be the best for certain things. Obviously, I'm sure Ohio probably has a good one. Missouri probably has a good one. I don't know about like some of the other states. Florida probably has one, but their stuff is probably more based on fruits and vegetables and that than much of anything else.
You're going to find the Florida one I like, because you can find this. Lord have mercy.
And it is dark in there now.
Well, yeah, but this road is all tore up with construction, and somebody just like went barreling backwards, and now they're turning around in the side street and barreling down the little dirt road. It's like, the Wickershire project, I'm assuming they make a killing in those 4 weeks. Yes. Well, they also have, like, a lot of the farms here aren't just one type of crop. So a lot of the U-pick farms will be, you're doing strawberries, and then they've got rhubarb, and then they've got blueberries. They might have some raspberries in there, but usually they're just doing a few varieties once of different, they have one set, and then they're done, and then they'll do another fruit. So it's usually like strawberries and then blueberries, or that kind of thing. And then they also have like farm stands and put out other, they sell them by the pound. You can come and buy them by the pound, already picked.
Yeah, so, most of the U-pick places around down here, Virginia, and that, yes, you can go pick it, or they literally have a stand right there with the berries already picked.
And my son is 17. I remember I used to go every summer and do that with my mom. And so as an activity this weekend, he's like, well, I'm bored. What are we going to do? I'm like, oh, hop in the car. I got an idea.
Yeah, we're going to pick berries. Oh, come on, Mom. Yeah, well, you want
and then we had to buy the little,
we're going to pick carton. Berries.
We had to buy the little basket, and he's like, well, I'm going to pick my own basket full. And I picked basically almost a whole peck, and then he just dumped his few on the top. And we were picking for the same time.
He was too busy. He was too busy eating them.
He wasn't really eating them. He's not a big fan of them. I actually took them over to my daughter's, and we're going to make jam. So and the recipe will come out in May. So I'm doing a video for May, when it's the traditional time for strawberries to come out. Yeah. I'll have a video already done and going.
Yeah, I don't like some of the farms up by me. I know they spray. They
Yeah.
spray everything, and it's like, oh, the berries look great. It's like, yeah, I just want to grow all my own stuff now. You know, the more I watch, the more I see things, the more it just freaks me out with the amount of crap they spray on their fields, and they're all Mennonites too, which actually really irks me a little bit. And but it's all about the business, and I get it.
Oh,
And,
so yeah, definitely, definitely. And I mean, it's hard up here right now with like the liability of people getting hurt. A lot of the U-Pick farms have went to not allowing people to do it. So when you find some place that you can do it and take your kids, it's very nostalgic and it's a lot of
right.
fun. And
Yeah,
like,
it's all about the
you
it's all
know,
about the insurance. Oh, he tripped on a dirt wad and broke his ankle or smashed his wrist. Why are you responsible for a piece of dirt that somebody tripped on? Oh, that's right, because it's on your property. Therefore, yeah,
I mean, you got to put up a sign now saying picking blueberries is an inherently dangerous
yeah.
activity.
Sign my
Sign this
48-page
waiver.
waiver that I spent
Yeah,
$4,000 on for a lawyer to write up,
yeah.
and here's your copy.
That you
So
will
if you,
not sue me, you will go to arbitration.
that's right.
It's like, you know, seriously, I just want to go pick blueberries or strawberries with my kid. We spent an hour in the field. We got a peck. They weren't very plentiful, but they've been picked over. We were
Yeah.
right before closing time. It was, that was my bad. My bad timing, but I just really wanted to see that they were really there because it just wasn't something I'd think of in Michigan. So Billy Joel says, "We did pick blueberries. Farmer said, eat as many as you want while you pick. We have tons. Get your money's worth." I packed down about 1.5 pounds. He did not know who he was dealing with. So that reminds me of a story. My mom and dad and my brother
Wait,
and
are
his
you running
kid.
on Facebook right now too?
No.
Oh, because I didn't see that. Was that a comment you were reading, or you're just quoting something?
Yeah. No, it's a comment he made here on
Oh,
YouTube.
oh, there. Sorry.
Yeah, it was just down a little bit
Yep.
or up a little bit. Um, I the new format, I can actually see comments and I can scroll and go back to them and read them.
Well, good.
So when I was 15, 16, we found a huge patch of wild blueberries in the woods. And so we
Oh,
went picking every day for 2 weeks.
mm,
And by the last couple of days, and we were like, I mean, we filled a huge 22 freezer full of frozen blueberries, and my
wow.
brother and his family did too. I didn't have to pick blueberries for another 3 years. Praise be.
I miss. We go
So,
on vacation up to Maine every year. We had a cabin up there. We rented for
oh,
years.
yeah, the little tiny.
my
Oh, they're so
my
good.
mom would make my dad drive down some logging road somewhere, and then you'd come to like an open meadow where the trees were all logged out, but it was nothing but blueberries everywhere. And
Hmm.
we would just get out of the car. We'd have lunch there, whatever. And yep, we just walked around and just picked baskets and baskets of blueberries. And mom would get them back to the cabin, and there was a little freezer in there. So she'd pack them all up, put them in the freezer. We'd bring them home. And
These were, yeah,
blueberries we always had blueberries in the house.
these were high bush, so like you didn't even have to bend over to pick these things.
Yeah.
They were above your head. And so the last week of this 3 week ordeal of picking blueberries for 8 hours a day in the middle of nowhere in this mosquito infested horror, I'm like, I have never made a pie in my life.
Mm.
I have never baked anything by myself. I've never made a pie crust in my life. I've never
Oh geez.
baked anything in my life. I look at my mom and dad and I'm like, if you don't make me go with you today, I will bake you 2 blueberry pies before you get home. They're like, okay, deal.
Yeah. See ya.
It was the best blueberry pie I've ever made.
And
I don't know
it
why
was
it
the
was so
last blueberry
good.
pie you ever made.
And it's one of the only blueberry pies I've ever made totally from scratch. I got out the Betty Crocker red plaid book and I got that recipe out and I made the pie crust. I've never been able to make a good pie crust since then. Made the pie. My mom was the pie crust lady. I made the pie crust. I rolled that thing out. I even like figured out how to like uh lay it like a basket weave on top.
Yep.
My parents came home. They were impressed. I had succeeded in teaching myself how to make a blueberry pie. And thankfully, that was the end of blueberry picking because they were sick of it too without help out there.
Yeah,
My brother had a, and his, my brother's 25 years older than me. So he was in his 30s. His kids were all my age. His wife was in her 30s. They had even said, like, dude, we're done. Like, we have no more room in our freezer for blueberries. It was
yeah.
just a banner year.
I
You
remember.
know
I
how you
remember.
just remember big years where, like, the,
Yeah.
the fruit is just so full on the trees.
Boy Scout camp one year, we were doing a staff hunt, and me and my friend ran up to the upper lake, and there was a swamp there. We knew the kids would never go find us in there. We never got caught. We went in there. We're sitting on. They were like bushes, like big ones. We're talking like inch diameter, stalks on them coming out in all different directions, and there was like water in between them. And so we found a bunch, and we just sat there. And I'm looking up. I'm like, and I was in the doing the wilderness survival stuff and the identification. And I look up, and I'm like, I swear these look like blueberries. And Glenn's like, no, no, they can't be. They got to be poisonous. I'm like, no, they have the 6-point edge on. They had the little thing on it, but they were
Yep.
big. I mean, these things were like grapes. And I reach up and I pick one, and they were everywhere. I picked one, and I'm looking at it and looking at it, and I open it up. I'm like, it looks like a blueberry. I smelled it, said it kind of smells like a blueberry. I just touched it to my tongue to make sure it wasn't
Yeah.
something toxic.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap, these are blueberries. And so we just started eating because we're bored now. We're just waiting for the kids to run by. They wouldn't come in and get us. So we're eating blueberries, and we had blueberry bushes all over camp anyway. And they always said, we're having pancakes every Wednesday. We have pancakes. If you want blueberry pancakes, bring your own blueberries. We'll put them in your pancakes. Well, I showed up. We were not on staff yet. It was like our senior year or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We show up with like 8 cups of these grapes that were blueberries. And the ranger, he knew where we got them, right? Because it was like his best kept secret.
Yeah.
And he's like, you really want us to put those in pancakes? I was like, oh, hell yeah. I mean, a pancake was a 1/4 inch thick. These blueberries were another 1/4 inch thicker. So you just had these giant berries
sticking out.
And we're eating there. Everybody wanted to know where we got them. I was just like, I don't remember. I don't remember. And the ranger's sitting there going like, yeah, you better not remember, because that's where we get our blueberries from.
That's right.
When the kids are gone to make our blueberry jam for the year. So, yeah, you will not remember. Here's your non-disclosure sign here.
Yep. Non-disclosure. Yep. Oh, yeah, the Rangers spot got raided. This is why you don't tell anybody where your favorite foraging spots are. Oh my gosh, I have been foraging so much. I got olive, like they're like huge, not quite the size of grapes, but they're the size of large blueberries this year. So I've picked a bunch of autumn olives. I'm gonna make some autumn olive jelly. I found some wild cherry bark, so I've got that drying for cough medicine. Even though I had some I purchased, the tree was dead, so I'm taking this bark. And what else? I mean, I have just been foraging like mad. Right now, the woods are just full of things. Just full of stuff. It's been a lot of fun.
My sister's asking me on the text, do you like to bowl? I'm like, I love to bowl, but I'll never bowl again because I'll probably throw my back out, because I love to bowl so hard. I threw that 15-pound ball as hard as I could. I'm like, yeah, no, not bowling. No.
Yeah, not safe.
No, not for me.
Not a safe activity.
I don't care. Yeah, she's like, good point. We'll just stick to the breweries and go text beers. Yeah, okay, that works.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the bowling alley. You can get a good beer somewhere else.
Yeah, no, and if I have a couple beers and I'm bowling, I will definitely be in the hospital the next morning.
Yes, you really. I have to say, Billy Joe, that if when I do mushrooming, if I want to learn about a new mushroom, I find someone to do it hands-on. I'm really lucky. There is a lady here. She is a Catholic nun, and she is the what is it? secretary. Well, she used to be the president. Now she's the secretary of the Michigan Mycology Association. And she has done several classes in my area on identifying fall mushrooms. I never did fall mushrooms until I have taken 6 of her classes. It's the same class. I've just taken it 6 times. Because every time you go out, you see different things. You learn more. You get more confident. You get to smell. I have to smell them. You get to taste them. You get to take some home with you, and experiment with them. And so I really feel that mushroom hunting needs to be a hands-on learning experience.
Yeah, I know I had
You
puffball
cannot
at
do
the
it from a book.
cabin because I took a bunch of pictures of like 20 of them, and I picked them and took like 80 different views, sent it to a friend of mine who does actually 2 friends, and they're like, yeah, that's a puffball. Yeah, that's a puffball. I was like, okay, are you sure? They're like, well, it looks like a puffball. I'm like, oh, come on. They're like, we need to see it in person. So I brought one back to my buddy at the restaurant where I get my food from, my meats and that. And he took one look at it and threw it on the cutting board and sliced it up and threw it in the pan. And we tried. I was like, that was good. He's like, how many more you got? I was like, now none, because they all died off because it's been a week.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was foraging 2 weeks ago, and I found the mother lode of chicken of the woods. This lady taught me how she likes chicken of the woods cooked, and she does it like a beef stroganoff. So I took it home, I cooked it up. Not a fan. Really not a fan. I hear everybody talks about how great it is, and I'm just not a fan. But the other day, I was in the woods and I found the mother lode of chicken of the woods. I probably should have brought some home to dehydrate and throw in my stuff. I didn't, because it was at a public place. And I just brought home 3 things of it that were still good. But instead of eating it, I inoculated logs on my property. So cross your fingers. Next year, I'll have chicken of the woods mushrooms growing in my own yard.
Oh, good. Yeah, I literally have, except for the 3.5 acres of open, everything else is wooded. It's damp. Some places are wetter than others. I mean, I got like 3 different biome zones, and I know they grow everywhere. And I just never really went out and went looking for it. And my one buddy at the restaurant, I said, hey, some Sunday when I'm finally living out there, I said, you bring the wife down, the kids and all that, and they can go pick stuff out in the field, and you and I can go walking around the woods with your wife and my wife and find mushrooms. She's like, absolutely.
I don't know. He's talking about a shelf cinnamon. I do not know what that is. He says semi-toxic, not worth the effort. I did not drill a hole for this mushroom spore because it is not one that needed to have it. My ash was already dead and the bark was already off of it. So I actually just set it on top of the dead log and let rain and weather and the chipmunk that stole part of it spread it around. I didn't bother to do it. If I was trying to really like my shiitakes or my oysters, I do drill the hole, stuff it with spore, and wax over it. But this was not something like, if it comes up, it comes up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I just wanted to inoculate these logs because they're too big for me to take up and cut down
Right.
with my chainsaw the way I have it. And so they're just going to sit in my yard and be decorative, and in the quotes, decorative. So yeah, I just left them on top. Okay, so actually, the fresher the log, the better. So if I'm gonna inoculate a log with shiitakes or oysters spore that I buy from North Spore, I am going to get a log that is fresh cut, because the longer the log has been cut, like 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it more prone it is to have other mushrooms already inoculated.
Right.
So you want the freshest possible logs. So this one was actually cut down like 3 years ago. And it hasn't had anything grow on it yet. So I know that chicken of the woods like ash stumps, so I'm just gonna try.
Yeah, I don't have any ash in my property. I got lots of oak and pine and
Yeah.
poplar. So poplar, and apparently that one black walnut, which I think it's a black walnut. Not sure. It might be a poplar, but that's what was the puffballs are growing on. But I think it wasn't a black walnut because we didn't get sick on the one mushroom that my buddy cut up that I brought home from it.
You see me? I can't see me, but I'm giving you the weird look. I'm like, do not eat anything off of black walnuts because they will pick up that
the toxins.
kind of toxin from the black walnut. So that's not, even if it's an edible mushroom, it is not edible off of black walnut.
Right.
FYI. But yeah. So I did that this week as just a fun experiment. If it comes up in my yard, it does. If it doesn't, well, then that chipmunk that came through, I swear, I was sitting in my yard last night, just there by myself. I had some friends over and they left. And it sounded like Sasquatch himself was stomping through the woods. And I swear something 6 foot tall and 4 foot wide was going to come out of those woods. And I'm looking. I got my camera out. I was sitting there real quiet by myself. So I turned it on video and I'm recording all this noise. And a few minutes later, out pops this little chipmunk. And I have a dog house out there that I got that I was going to use for my ducks. And so it's a beautiful dog house. It's completely insulated. It's like super nice. It's all super decorated. And he hops up on the roof and starts chewing on my mushroom that was on the other log over there. I'm like, well, at least you're enjoying that chicken of the woods.
Oh, they eat mushrooms?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's probably why I have no mushrooms every time I go there, because I know I got chipmunks running around everywhere.
Oh yeah, they will. Oh yeah, and they also love my currants. They will eat they wait till one currant is ripe and they'll just go up there and they'll eat one currant off my currant bush. My currant bush had like 6 or 12 last year, and I just watched that chipmunk. I wasn't going to eat them anyway. It was in a pot, so I wanted them pulled off. And as soon as it got ripe, he pulled it off and off he went with it. Like, you little stinker. But I'm pretty sure he was taking the seeds and planting them for me. So it's a trade-off. You go plant those. You go plant those, and
he may not be digging a hole to plant it. He may be pre-fertilizing it and planting it for you.
Some seeds do better after they've went through a mammal or a bird's digestive system.
Yep, especially deer, apparently.
Yes. So I'm all about, I put bird feeders where I want the small animals to plant.
Yeah.
Stuff. So
you're talking about the sound. Nothing beats the night. I'm out at the cabin. I'm out there for like 4 nights. I'm by myself. It's a beautiful night in the fall. It went down to like 45, 50 degrees. I got the fire going. I'm sitting there by myself, chilling out. Have you ever heard a deer huff?
Yes.
Well, when you've never heard one before and you're sitting there by a fire, you would say Bigfoot was eyeballing you.
Breathing down your neck.
I had never, ever been armed sitting by my fire in my life until that night.
And then you realize it's probably the one thing out there that's not entirely harmless, but the least harmless.
Yeah, but the next day, I'm Googling stuff and trying to figure it out. Noise in the woods, stuff like whatever I was Googling. All of a sudden, I came upon a video of a deer huff, and I was like, holy crap. And I know it was like a 12-point buck because I'd seen him on my cameras, and he couldn't have been, 20 yards away from me. And it was just this, I'm like, the hair on my neck stood up, and man, I freaked out, go running for the cabin, grab my thing, go back and sit down because I didn't want to leave my fire alone. And I'm like, what the hell was that? I'm freaking out. I'm texting people. They're all in bed. It's like 11:30 at night. And then I finally, the next day, I was like, holy crap. It was a deer, real. And then I went down where I heard the noise. Oh, yeah, there were giant deer poops everywhere. I'm like, okay.
Yep. I've been trying to do bird sound identification. So I got the Merlin app on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I have a bobcat that comes through my property. The neighbors have seen it a lot before I moved in. And So I saw it the other day, kind of I'm like, oh wow, okay. He was leaving the property as I was pulling in the driveway. So he ran across the road in front of me, coming out of my property and going across the road. And then I said some of the neighbors like, oh yeah, we see him out here all the time. That's great. You leave your dogs off the leash. That's wonderful. They have one dog
And
they tie up, and the other dog they leave off the leash. I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, that's smart. Whatever, dude. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Don't even
Yep.
recognize the clown.
Hey, at least you don't live in Florida where the gators are getting their dogs.
So I'm sitting out there. And that's the thing. I'm thinking that maybe that because it sounds like something is like stomping or jumping in different areas. And I thought maybe it was the bobcat, but I have my Merlin app. The other day I was sitting out there trying to identify these birds just from sound. I couldn't see them. And my Merlin app is not registering that it's a bird. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening. I'm like, oh, I know why it's not saying it's a bird.
Because it's a cat.
Not a bird. That bird is not a bird. That bird has 4 legs, fur, little tufted ears, and a little tiny bobtail. He's just over there on the other side of that bush. And he is not happy I'm sitting out here. So I packed up and I went in the camper and I'm like, dude, you can go hunting. I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, but does the FDA or EP, whatever it is, do they have a recipe for bobcat, or do I have to go to the Chinese?
Well, you might check out the Kentucky or the Alaska one. They might have them. You never know. They've got some wild game. Alaska has a lot of wild game.
Oh yeah.
I had to
go with the Chinese thing, because it's a cat.
I don't eat scavenger predators, so I don't eat anything that scavenges.
Right.
Unless I'm really hungry or my mother cooked it when I was a child because there was a contest she had with my brothers going. But I believe that is on the list of something I have never eaten and never will.
Yeah, unless it winds up in your chop suey or chow mein and you didn't know it, but yeah.
No, not on my my list of things I want to do. Not on my bucket list. I really just enjoy having the wildlife out there. I absolutely love it. I love being out there. I'm so excited to get into the cabin next week, I hope. Knock on wood.
You got it all cleaned. You got it all cleaned out for the most part?
Absolutely not. The lean-to, because the roof did not get finished properly and there was some gaps and the door got left partially open. The floor in the lean-to is completely shot. I have to strip the lean-to down to studs, probably redo the roof, and I have to completely redo the floor, and so I can't put down the flooring that I've had for a while in there. So I got a sliding glass door yesterday, a used one.
Right.
And I'm going to put that between the original part of the shed and the lean-to addition. Do enough of the floor from the door to the sliding glass door to get in and out for this winter. And I'm just going to live in the small part of it. So I'm going to live in the smallest half of the little shed.
The cabin shed.
Yeah. And I'm gonna close it in with a sliding glass door so that the raccoons can stay
out
on the other part, in the lean-to part. And
as long as you got a wood stove in there, you're good.
I got a wood stove. I got that I have that 1930s Home Comfort wood cook stove, and I've got it hooked up. And
did you get the adapter done for the stove to go out the flue?
I got some advice on how to do that, and I'm going to do that this week.
Oh, cool.
It's been 80 degrees this week, so I haven't really needed the wood stove. Even at night, it's been down.
Right. You don't want to wait until it's 10 degrees before you start trying to figure it out.
Oh no. I bought all new triple stovepipe.
Right, to put up. Wall. Yep.
Yeah, triple wall.
That shit's not cheap.
I bought it on clearance. I bought it on clearance 5 years ago. It's been sitting in the cabin waiting for me to change out the single barrel that's been there.
I mean, I bought double wall for my cabin because that's all I needed there.
Well, the only reason I bought it, I needed a piece I was missing, and I went to the store, and it was on clearance in the spring, and it was like a whole set of everything I need was cheaper than the one piece I was looking for, and it was triple walled and not single. Huh, no brainer here. Tammy's gonna bring home that box, and then she'll just change it all out, which I haven't done because I haven't been living there. So I'm gonna lease the part going from in the house outside will be changed this year, and then the rest of it'll be um, done out. But I was told how to that I can just make my own piece and how to do that with some
Yeah,
thin
cheap.
snips and ingenuity.
Yeah,
Um, I can take around an oval one and make it
yeah.
fit.
You can adapt it from round to oval, up to round, and
Yeah,
you just got to squeeze it, cut it, rivet it, screw it, whatever.
yeah.
Yep, just to get it to fit. As long
And
as you
then
get it to
have make
fit, the smoke doesn't come out, you're good.
and then yeah, a little high temperature caulking and or stove putty stuff and oh, definitely a carbon monoxide detector.
Yeah, hell, you can always stop by like the motorcycle place for the Harleys because they wrap their pipes in exhaust tape, which can handle 1,800 degrees, and
Ooh,
to keep the pipe, yeah, you can wrap it up with that stuff, and you're good for a long time.
interesting. Because the stuff for your car muffler doesn't go that high.
No, but the pipe tape for Harleys does. I don't know how cheap or expensive it is.
And on that topic, I have my generator, and I've been wanting to put a muffler on it for a while, and a pipe that goes up into the air so that it like a muffler pipe, and point it up instead of pointing it out, so that it's quieter.
Yeah, blows the sound
And
up, not sideways, though, no echoes.
I got it. I got my pipe given to me, and the elbow I needed to do it.
Cool.
All all brand new exhaust pipe stuff. So I'm kind of excited about that. So
Sweet. You got your work cut out for you. Come on, winter's coming.
I know. Well, and I shouldn't be here babysitting. I should be, yeah,
Building.
building. But
I hope you're recording some of that stuff.
no, because it's only me doing it. I need a person to help me record stuff. That's the annoying.
Just balance your phone up on the side there, and at least have something you can look back on and go, oh crap, that's what I did. Now I know where that stud is in the wall because it wasn't where I thought it was. And now you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I do that a
So
lot. I record stuff, not the whole thing, just bits and pieces, and throw it on the hard drive and label it as such. So I know if my cabin is like, all right, what did I do up in these corners up here? Where did I put my studs? And I pull the video out and I have to watch the whole thing. I'm like, oh hell, I didn't even run them up and down. I ran them sideways. Yeah, it explains why I can't find a stud with my with the drill.
yeah, yeah. I probably should do that. I just have so much cleanup because I've been using it for storage. It is so cram packed full of my junk that yeah, it would be too real life. Nobody wants to see that. They want the pretty stuff. They want the fake stuff.
Well, they want the before and then the after within about 12 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm just not. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is. I need to get in and get moving and get living. I can't.
right.
So maybe
Well,
once I get in, I'll do some of my improvements would be better.
all I can see of you now is every now and then your glasses shine back and a little bit of glow of your face, but that's from the
Yeah,
phone.
we're gonna have to probably start 15 minutes earlier
Yeah, you
if
said that last week because it got dark real
I
quick, and now
know.
we're starting in the dark. I'm like, yeah, it's either that or you need to do it inside you somewhere where you have cell signal.
Yes, I plan on doing that, Billy Joel. I just needed this pipe. Um, still have to get the muffler part, the baffle part. Um, so yeah, I know it's not going to completely make it. I really just want to get the carbon monoxide away from the underneath of my cabin more.
Mm-hmm.
So I really want that to go like up and out the exhaust as opposed to lingering under my cabin and building up and building up and building up.
Yeah.
Um,
Who is Billy Joel? Somebody who's messaging?
yeah, he's making comments.
All I see is Wickershare making comments because
That is
I'm on
Billy Joe.
YouTube.
It's
Oh,
it's
that's Billy Joel. Okay, sorry.
yes, Billy Joe McAllister is his real name in real life.
Gotcha. Okay, sorry. I keep seeing Wickershare. I'm like, who the hell is Billy Joel?
Sorry,
That's why I
I
thought you
just
were on Facebook at the same
yeah.
time. I'm like, okay, I can't see that.
I remember him from his original name on YouTube. So I've known him since actually before he started his channel on YouTube.
Gotcha.
And So him and his wife are living same kind of lifestyle I am embarking on. Only they with their children, in a much warmer climate than Michigan.
Mm.
And they've been in a shed to home, and they have a great channel. He does a lot of gardening. Need to go check it out. I know he just posted a video, and I didn't get a chance to watch it because I have no internet out there. But maybe tonight, while I'm in town and have a little bit of internet. I hate being out there with one bar, and I can't even it won't even load. It just takes forever to load.
I just realized I think Chef Tech is a moderator. My other one, Magic Acres, is not, because I tried to go check out the channel and it's like report and block. I'm like, oh crap, you never made me a moderator on, because that's what it's on my phone is whatchamacallit.
Yes, I'll have to do that. I have to do that maybe when I'm at my daughter's tomorrow with internet.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
fine. Whatever.
computer.
I'll
I
get a
have to do that
notification.
from my.
You're now
I
a
have to do that
moderator.
from.
Like, oh hell yeah.
I have to do that from the computer. So
Yeah.
yeah, I can't do it on my phone. I don't know how. I'm not.
Yeah, you have to tap. You have to comment. Here, I'll comment. So hi. If you tap on me, I think you can say make moderator or something. I don't even.
There you are. But you're under the dollar sign.
Oh, here, I'll do it a couple times. Bye.
My only options are delete comment, put user in timeout, ban user and delete, or star comment.
Alrighty. Well, thanks. Yeah, I'll let you play.
Because I'm in StreamYard, I'm not in YouTube. I have to be in YouTube
right.
to do it.
Yeah. I forgot.
Yes. If you have any good recommendations on a brand that would work with you realize right now that I have no power, no solar hooked up, no well, and no the only electric I have is my
your little
generator.
Your little jackery and a generator.
Yes.
You need I know and I was going to do this for the cabin if I had to go work out there, is T-Mobile has home Wi-Fi. If you have T-Mobile for your phone, you get it cheaper. And then direct deposit or direct auto pay and all that shit. It's like I think it's like $30 a month, unlimited, and you get the little antenna thing which you just aim towards wherever, and you have to play with it. And
I have absolutely no T-Mobile service out there. Wow. I have absolutely no AT&T service out there. 0 bars. 0. The only bar
I can nothing.
I can get 1 bar of Verizon.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck with
I do have one of those T-Mobile little boxes that I have one of those little free. It was free for my son because he's in school.
Oh, the
Wi-Fi hotspot. I do not know if it will work out there. I have to try.
No, turn it on. If it works,
at one time it would not work. I can't find it right now. I love kids, and they're like, it's mine. I'm going to take care of it. And now it's yours. It's lost. Yeah, it's in the camper, which is not that big, but with all our stuff in there, it's like lost.
Yeah, it's a hotspot. So basically, it's a cell phone that you can't make calls on.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So if you only get 1 bar with your phone, you're only going to get 1 bar with the hotspot. So you might get lucky and be able to put it up on the roof or somewhere high and get a better signal, and then it's Wi-Fi from, or it's through the Bluetooth or whatever from that to your computer or phone. You might get lucky, but yeah, if you got that bad signal, you're almost stuck with Starlink out there, which is stupid money.
Yeah, Wickershire, I did not pay for my Jackery. I saved up. My sister gave me a Amazon gift card that was given to her. She's like, I got this $50 Amazon gift card. Do you want it? And then I used all of my Fetch gift cards to buy this like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So it was all things I saved up.
And that's what is that? That's a 600 watt. That's a small one, right?
I am in a 1980s fifth wheel camper, but I am going into my shed to home. The shed has been out there. There was a guy living in it when I bought this property. Very undercover because the neighbors did not know that was livable. And
Oh
he was
wow.
running it off of a tiny, tiny little, like the smallest generator you can buy anywhere.
Right.
And then he had a power cord ran over to the neighbors. They were giving him some electric, and he shared a well and water with them. Those neighbors moved out before I bought the property. But the people that bought the property happened to be kind of related to them and told me the story. And, whatever. So he was living there, but he was a very weird dude. He left all of his belongings when he moved out.
All right. He just sort of up and grabbed it, packed the bag, and left. Yep.
He didn't even take his family pictures.
All right. That's weird.
And he just
Sounds
he
like
left
he was into some personal things that he just didn't care about life anymore.
something like that. We'll discuss it not on air. But he left detailed diaries I read, and then I burned them.
Alrighty. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. Because, I have no use for it. He left a lot of books, and I burned them. Yeah.
All right.
The shed,
All right, well,
the old part.
now you're a bouncing ghost on the screen. So
Yes. The old part of the shed is fully insulated, but it is 2 feet off the ground, so there is a lot of cold air that comes in underneath it. I'm going to have to put some stuff around that,
yeah.
skirting on it. It's not skirted properly. The new edition is not insulated. So it is like 15 by 15 by 20 total. Maybe a little more. I haven't measured it. And it's
Yeah.
2-story.
Hell,
The
you
old
can live in my cabin. It's 12 by 16. You'd be fine
yeah
there.
yeah, and it's 2 stories. So there's a bedroom. I can't really stand up very well in the second story, but there's an upstairs story in the old part, and then this lean-to addition. He had put a lean-to addition on for his wood because he burned wood,
Oh, okay.
and he was using a Franklin fireplace insert. So burning wood in there did not keep it warm, even when it was I was only staying there May, and that Franklin insert could not heat that cabin, which is
Ooh.
why I got a different stove. I've actually got 3 stoves out there. I got a Franklin potbelly stove. I've got the 1930s Home Comfort. I have a 1920s gas stove, 4-burner gas stove with an oven. And then I got 3 different kinds of grills. So I got ways to cook and ways to keep warm. And
All right. Well, don't freeze on us out there. We don't want that.
I mean, I can always come in and sleep on one of my daughter's sofas if I get really cold. Yeah. I have plans to. I got a bunch of plywood I'm gonna skirt underneath there, so I'm gonna do that this weekend actually.
Oh, good.
So
Hey,
I've got it.
you're like the ultimate off gritter. Then you got nothing. You're starting with something, and you're making it work. And
I've had this plan. I've owned this property for, oh my goodness, probably 8 years now. I've had this plan going for a while. It's not like I suddenly decided to do it.
right.
Yeah. I've been slowly gathering everything I need out there.
Well, good.
So I actually just got 2 thick fuzzy throw rugs to put down. I stopped at one of those roadside little signs that said free, and they had a beautiful kitchen upper cabinet. And I realized
Oh
they
shit.
also had 2 10 by 10 heavy thick cotton rugs. And so
Oh hell yeah.
yeah, those
Hell
are
yeah.
I already grabbed that. Yeah.
Let's say
I have,
that'll help insulate the floor a little bit.
yes. Yes. Yeah, the new edition has skirting, the old doesn't. So I'm just going to have to go around the old part.
Yeah,
And
I'm kind of upset we didn't insulate my floor at the cabin because it's like 3 feet off the ground. And but I mean it's I got 3/4 inch pressure treated plywood and I got flooring on it, but the floor does get cold.
right.
And even when I got the stove and the interior temperatures like I don't know 115 degrees because I didn't think about it. and but the floor was still cold, even with the fan going. So, yeah, we might decide to climb under there this year and throw some of the that foam board up there just to calm it down, so we can go out there in the wintertime and not freeze
Oh
our
my gosh.
feet off.
So Becca found a piece of 2-inch thick foam,
Right.
and I had complained that I needed the camper vents. I'm getting a cold draft down through the camper vents. All my heat's going out the camper vents, even
Right.
though we had the cold, and then I got back up to 80 and only 57 at night. I'm sweating outside right now. It's so hot, but I was getting a horrible draft. So she found this piece of, and I managed to cut 3 pieces to fit in those camper vents. And last night it baked me out of the camper.
Oh, geez.
I mean, sometimes you just need a little bit of insulation
Yep.
to make your life so much better. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna put some foam board underneath it.
Yeah.
Some more,
Yeah.
especially where the new edition did not have any insulation. I knew it was gonna be cold. That's why I grabbed those rugs, because I'm like,
Yeah.
even if they're not perfect.
I know it cracked up Richard when I sent him a picture of the thermometer. I took my outdoor thermometer, brought it in, and put it at head level, when you're standing up. And yeah, it was 115 degrees. Now, mind you, my cabin is a lean-to shape, so at the highest corner, on the backside, it's 11 feet high, and that's where the wood stove. And I have a ceiling fan that was going the whole time, and it was 110 degrees at head level. At bed level, it was like 95. The floor was like 50, and even with the fan going, and there I am. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's too hot. I can't sleep in the heat. I got all the windows open, the door open. I'm sitting on my stool at my outside table next to the door, basically not wearing much of anything except a pair of underpants and a t-shirt, and I'm still sweating, and it's like 22 degrees outside. And I'm sending pictures to my friend, to Richard, going, I don't like this anymore. He loves the heat. I can't stand the heat. I'm like, you'd be great here. I'll sleep in your house. You sleep here.
Yeah, he's down here going, I'm good with the heat.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's in here.
I didn't know he popped in there. Hey, Richard.
Yes, Wickershire, when a second floor with PEX pipe would be great, with underfloor heating. That would be great. I have all of my stuff for my electric. I bought 5 years ago.
I suffered a little.
Yeah, suffered a little. I have all that ready to go, and I do have some PEX water line to go in. I've been gathering things. I'm very good at gathering things when I go to like Habitat for Humanity. I have 2 sinks. I haven't decided which one I want to put in. I got all the cabinets now. I think I got a beautiful antique cast iron clawfoot bathtub.
There you go. And no place to put it that won't collapse the floor right now.
Well, it hasn't that. I think but it has saved the floor in that part of the lean-to, because it collected all the water and didn't let it gather on the floor.
Oh, okay.
So, and it has a drain that goes out through the wall, out just onto the ground. So, thankfully that did not fall through. Because that thing took 6 guys to get in there, and it's not coming out ever.
Nice.
And there's a story behind that, but I better not tell it here or I'll get busted.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about the 6 guys and you in a bathtub. Yeah, that's not a good story.
Yes, okay, I'll tell
there.
the story.
Sorry.
So this bathtub has a story. I owned a house with my first husband, and it was we had our part of the house, and then we had a small 1-bedroom apartment in the downstairs at the side of the house that we rented out, and it helped pay our mortgage. And I had babies, and we had this one renter. She was fabulous. She never knew she was there. The next renter that moved in, we were married for 6 years, and she was there for like 5 or 4. The next renter that moved in worked at a bar and decided that she'd like to vacuum her bedroom underneath my baby's room when she came home from work at 3 a.m.
Okay.
She didn't last 6 months. And when she moved out, my husband says, so what do you think we should do? And I said, you just wait till tomorrow. He came home tomorrow, and I found out that after using a sledgehammer on the wall where I wanted a door, there was actually a door between that apartment, because this has originally been one house.
Oh
And
wow.
I had an office, a spare room, and a bathroom with a clawfoot bathtub.
Nice.
I just love this clawfoot bathtub. Absolutely loved it.
That's what Richard
So,
Richard just said, and I know he had one. Long day, he would go home, hop in a bathtub, and fall
oh
asleep.
yes. Once you get it hot, it stays hot. If you get hot enough water,
Yeah.
it can stay hot for a long time. So when we got divorced, I got the clawfoot. He got the house, and I got the clawfoot bathtub.
Now that sounds like an even deal.
I didn't want the house. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He can, but I got the bathtub. I have moved that bathtub 4 times
Oh,
and never installed it. I've installed it in the cabin. That is my final resting place, and it's its final resting place. And I will keep that bathtub forever because it just annoyed him. He didn't want it, but he didn't want to take it out either.
Good times. All right.
Yes.
Well, we are now at 5:09.
Oh yes. I'm gonna let
It
you
is
guys go. I am
Absolutely
out of here.
pitch black, and we can also see is the dancing ghost. Oh my God! There you are.
Yes. All right. Good night, everyone. And if you have a topic for next week, send me an email. Enough stories. Bye.
Bye. Have a good night. I'll call you, Richard.